Without wasting your time, we are going to share top 5 best Igloo cooler. The product links are in the description and in first comment. The number 5 on the list is rtic Soft Cooler. rtic Soft Cooler. You want a cooler for weekends away, car camping, trips or tailgating, or to keep as a backup cooler in your garage in case your power suddenly goes out. It's a workhorse. Why it's great. The Coleman Marine Hard Ice Chest Cooler is a tremendous value if you're looking for a spacious, reliable cooler. Not only that, but it's sized so that you can still move it and carry it with reasonable ease. It fits in most cars' trunks and works great as extra seating. It can support up to 250 pounds. The Coleman Stream weighs pounds empty. Even when it was filled with 60 pounds of ice, our testers still found it manageable to carry for a short distance. If that weight or size seems intimidating, Coleman makes a similar model with wheels. In our testing, the Coleman Stream kept ice frozen for a full week, hours longer than the Igloo. It measures inches. Its design incorporates bevels and angles all over the place, and it has a ruler and cup holders molded into its lid. Insulation obsessives may want to fill those cup holders with styrofoam, but considering how well this cooler performed in our tests, doing so doesn't seem to be all that critical. The most noticeable functional difference in the designs of the coolers we tested was in their drainage ports, and because we were draining these coolers upwards of 3 times a day for several days straight, we learned quite a bit about what works and what doesn't. Unlike most of the other models, the Coleman Stream has a channeled drain, which made draining much easier and required very little tilting on our part. The Coleman Stream features replaceable hardware, whereas some of the company's cheaper models don't. This is an important detail because the first thing that will wear out on a cooler is either a hinge or a handle, and having affordable replacements means a cheap repair rather than a brand new purchase. At the moment, you can buy Coleman's replacement hinges and replacement handles for less than each. Flaws, but not deal breakers. Coleman makes why nearly identical versions of the Stream cooler. We don't know why they all have such similar names and such different looks, but according to sources within Coleman, for practical purposes, they are all identical. Where it counts in insulation and build materials, we consider all of these models to be part of the same line. The number 4 on the list is rtic Ice Chest Hard Cooler. rtic Ice Chest Hard Cooler. Get this, if you need a cooler that's all but indestructible for longer camping trips and you don't mind giving up a bit of interior space for thicker insulation, why it's great. Most roto-molded coolers are 2 or 3 times more expensive than they need to be. The term refers to a manufacturing process that creates uniformly thick and therefore extremely durable plastic walls with no seals. Of all the models we tested, a group that included the wildly popular Yeti Tundra, the rtic hard cooler emerged as the best for the price and performance. It's just as tough as any of its competitors, and it keeps ice from melting for just as long. That said, most people do not need a roto-molded cooler. They're big, they're heavy, they carry less than other same-size coolers because of the amount of insulation they're packed with. In short, they're impractical for most mundane needs, a fact that has stopped absolutely no one from buying them in record numbers. The rtic 65 weighs pounds and measures by inches on the outside. It has enough space to hold 65 cans or 70 pounds of ice. Unlike several other competitors, the rtic has 2 drainage ports for quick cleaning and draining. Also sells a 45-quart version if you need something smaller, similar to any other true roto-molded cooler. The rtic 65 is practically indestructible, which makes it great for tougher outdoor environments. In our testing, that kept ice frozen for 10 days with some periodic draining. We've also used this cooler for nearly 5 years for grocery runs in Hawaii, and it's still going strong. One charm of the is its reasonable price, which allows us to be far less careful with this equipment than we are with something as expensive or desirable as a Yeti. The number 3 on the list is Coleman Stream Portable Cooler. Coleman's Stream Portable Cooler, flaws but not deal breakers. Gear Lab pointed out that the rubber latches are the one weak point of the sheer stretchiness of the rubber latches on the gives us concern for their durability and longevity. Though we yanked on everything including the flexible rubber latches, we couldn't get them to break, which gives us hope. We do worry that they may stretch a bit during regular use, becoming looser over time. The rubber hinges are also somewhat smaller than those on other roto-molded coolers, such as the Yeti. However, we've used the in Hawaii for 5 years now as our go-to grocery carrier and haven't had any problems with the rubber components. As a grocery hauler, it's perfect for the task. The thick insulation easily withstands the heat of the sun, even if we leave the car parked for a day. Note that coolers are not IGBC, International Grizzly Bear Committee, certified. If that's necessary for you, here's list of certified bear-resistant products or just buy the Yeti Tundra Hull or the Yeti Tundra. You think it's unfeasible to lug a large cooler by its handles over long distances? The Tundra Hull pairs the indestructible nature of all roto-molded coolers with top-of-the-line handles and wheels for moving it around with ease. Why it's great: Yeti famously commands a premium price for its products, usually about a third more to twice the price of their actual material value. That said, occasionally the over-engineered leeway that Yeti creates for itself allows it to set the standard in certain categories. The Yeti Tundra Hull hard cooler is expensive, but when you're choosing a wheeled model, it's worth paying for hardware that won't break or strain under heavy loads. It has taken us a few years to recommend a wheeled cooler simply because none have seemed built to last longer than a season or two, especially in the handle ones loaded with ice, drinks, and food. A pound cooler can more than double in weight when someone then tilts the cooler up. All that weight goes into the wheelbase or leans into the handle hinge. The number 2 on the list is Yeti Tundra Hull Portable Wheeled Cooler. Yeti Tundra Hull Portable Wheeled Cooler. You need a simple, soft cooler for a lunch box or daily carrying that's durable enough to stand up to some decent abuse in time in the sun without wearing out. Why it's great: the Soft Pack Cooler 20 can has a design similar to that of the Yeti Hopper Flip, but costs less than half the price. That low cost brings some compromises, of course, and if you want the absolute best quality and the most durability for the price, the Yeti Hopper Flip is the cooler for you. For most people, however, the Soft Pack Cooler will be plenty. The lid of the Soft Pack Cooler is capped by more than 2 inches of closed cell insulation, inch more than in the Hopper Flip, and the walls of the Soft Pack Cooler are a touch thicker than those of the Hopper Flip. Head-to-head, all that extra insulation seems to give the cooler an insulating edge, though the difference in daily use remains marginal. That said, when you compare all the details, the hardware, the stitching, the material design, the Yeti cooler is all but guaranteed to last longer with daily use. As with all soft coolers, you shouldn't leave the rtic Soft Pack Cooler out in the sun or resting on very hot surfaces like the back of a pickup truck or on top of a picnic table for a long time. Although the exterior of the cooler is made of a durable, thickly coated nylon, waterproof and tough, the sun and heat will degrade the material and slowly wear it out. The number 1 on the list is Yeti Hopper Soft-Sided Backpack Cooler. Yeti Hopper Soft-Sided Backpack Cooler. You need a backpack that can withstand nearly anything with the durability to last longer than any other soft cooler available, and you don't mind that its price reflects its quality. Why it's great: like all Yeti gear, the Yeti Hopper Backpack Soft Cooler verges on being over-engineered for strength and durability. Everything from the TPU laminated nylon, which makes it waterproof and tough as nails, to the bar tack stitching that is zigzag stitching reinforcing the shoulder straps, which increases the bag's integrity. Underweight is designed to ensure that this bag will last for years through some of the toughest conditions you'll encounter. Of course, the interior is insulated by closed cell foam and secured with a magnetic rolled-up lid. Does everyone need all that? Obviously not, but after using and testing 15 backpack coolers over the past 7 years, we've found that the extra attention to detail becomes increasingly important the more straps and layers a soft cooler has. Fully loaded, this Yeti backpack cooler is still remarkably easy to carry. The waterproofing both within and without protects your body from any leaks or moisture sweating through from your load of ice. Flaws, but not deal breakers. Previous Yeti backpack designs used a beefier and difficult zipper to seal the bag. The zippers, especially on the older Hopper series, were frustrating to use and tended to drag and scrape across our hands. Yeti changed that design in introducing a magnetic closure, which offers a huge improvement in one regard and introduces its own complications in another. On the one hand, the bag is now significantly easier to open, but on the other hand, the bag is now annoyingly difficult to keep open while you're wearing it. Yeti seems to have added some bridging support to help hold the bag open, but those magnets simply want to be together.